I think it's the first time I'm showing up without the full-on beard. Mostly
What are you
the
talking
stash.
about? You already have the full-on beard.
No, I know, but not like, not like bushy beard, mostly stash.
Mostly
Which
stash.
I'm gonna fix again today and, let the stash shine.
Guys, welcome back to Contents Profit. We are back here in studio together recording. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
We took a little bit of a time off. Fonzie, you were up in Virginia.
I survived the trifecta.
What's the trifecta?
A wedding, a Disney trip, and a family trip to Virginia with my girlfriend's family.
That is a trifecta. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only thing missing for me was a wedding. Did the family, the Disney trip, and then 3 days straight with my wife's family.
Would that be called the dual fecta?
The dual fecta.
I have no idea.
But anyways, guys, we're back to be back here recording.
We're back to be back.
We're back to be back, and we just thought we were gonna share a little bit of our lessons from this year real quick, and then what we have in mind, and obviously wish you an incredible end of 2023 and amazing beginning of 2024. So
yeah, we went a lot. We're using the end of the year to plan, set up ourselves for success, for next year. So
absolutely.
First of all,
rest, sleep.
Yeah. Kickstart here this with what is your one big lesson from 2023?
Hey man, one big lesson. This was really recent, but I recently did like a review call with my amazing coach, Katie Richardson. Big shout out. And there's been many moments in my life where or in the company too, where we kind of shape ourselves to please maybe the people that we're working with, right? Or even in our personal relationships, right? And I came to a call recently where it's like, I feel like we need to do X, but then because of we're allowing kind of other people to shape that, then we don't end up with the result that we want to do, right? Whether that's like our business, our podcast, our show. And yes, it was like really the day where I fully leaned into, here's the direction that I personally want to go. This is the direction I want to take the company. This is the direction I want to take, the projects that we're tackling on. And the outreach then becomes super easy because whether that's a client or a partner or a potential sponsor or even a family member, whoever, is like, hey, this is the path. It's very clear. If you want to be a part of it, you're welcome to join. If you are not, that's okay. It's another path for you. And I think that gave me a lot of freedom to now make a little bit better decisions. So all that after obviously the crazy year that we had in the business with purchasing this new studio, all the new relationships that we've been able to build. And obviously there's a lot of people involved. And these brought me incredible clarity to tackle 2024.
Wow, bravo.
What about you?
Stuff. Well, you talked about decisions, which I think is one of the key elements of 2023, which I took a lesson from. And then the other thing is that, 2023 was quite an overwhelming year. There was a lot of changes, a lot of new additions, like this awesome and sexy looking studio that you want to book at studiopodcastsuites.com. But, besides the addition of that, there was a lot of overwhelm. Right, especially me personally, internally, and I think I let a lot of things fall through the crack. So I've been doing some reflection, looking internally. What can I change? Why can I, improve for 2024? And it keeps coming back to decisions, which you just talk about, right? And life is a collection of all the decisions we've made. So, when I'm looking at why was I overwhelmed, maybe it was because I took certain decisions that led me to, have my plate way too full at very inconvenient times. And then I had to make very hard decisions or very stressful decisions, high stakes decision. Now that I play poker, I can say high stakes decision. But that being said, the lesson here for me personally is now looking at each individual decision as a building block and saying, okay, if I don't do this because I'm doing this other thing, how's that going to pan out in the future, right? Maybe I don't want to do something right now, but that might be the right move so it doesn't stack up for the time in the future, causing a lot of overwhelm and stress. Now, that being said, sometimes I might want to make certain type of decisions so I can diminish the amount of decisions that I do not want to take, right? For example, right, there's still some sort of editing that I do want to part ways with. So I need to set up my decisions in a way that allow me to delegate this at some point, hopefully close in the future. And then I don't have to make the decisions of, okay, when am I going to do this edit, putting friction on my plate, right? So I think, again, seeing decisions as a building block and some sort of stakes in the longer game, I think is very important. So that was a big lesson for me in this 2023 that I'm looking forward to improve in my 2024, right? My decision making, as well as simplifying some parts of my life, right? And this is gonna sound super biohacker, bro, but optimizing for the things that I want to do. Meaning, I want to put things in the calendar that I enjoy a lot, right? I feel like I parted ways with some of those in 2023, and I was trying. That falls back into the decision making, right? I was trying to sneak them in at moments that I had to do other things. You know, again, taking the decision to do X versus Y, and then causing friction and stress up in the future. So
notes, yeah.
I think if I manage and learn how to put those in my calendar, you know, create space containers, we've talked about them before, you know, moments for these things that I want to do, that I want to experience, or, you know, experiences with people that I want to share with, I think it's going to help me out make better decisions when it comes to, you know, work.
That's right. I love it. So obviously, what do we have in mind for 2024? What's coming?
Well, besides turning into a full-time poker player, as you can tell, that is my new infatuation is learning how to play poker. And actually, dude, it's a lot of fun. But topic for another day. So
if you're into poker, just clearly send Fonzie a DM.
Clearly send me a DM. We'll put a table together. We'll play. But that being said, I would love to hear what you have planned for 2024. Besides that, I'm gonna just give a quick Kickstarter to what I've thought, and we had a little bit of a chat about this earlier today.
Absolutely. So
I was gonna go first, but I said,
well, you said
you can say it, but I'm gonna do a Kickstarter. But now you start now.
No,
you start now.
Then you start. Okay. I thought you were gonna do a kickback from what I would say.
No. I said I was gonna kickstart it.
Okay.
All right, I'll kickstart it.
Wow.
So
language varies.
Service-wise, right? Again, service-wise, we have our place full now that we have the studio and content momentum. But service-wise, I want to increase the quality of the end product of the service, right? That is my main goal. And how are we going to do that? You know, personally, I would like to, inside of our agency, reorganize some of the resources that we already have, right? Some of our staff members, right? Like, how can we organize all of our team members in a way that we can serve, you know, to the best of their ability and our ability, or clients. So that is my goal number one. I think, if we nail that down.
Great moment to become a client, by the way. So if you're interested in content momentum in everything that we do, just send us a DM.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think if we manage to do that, I think immediately the quality of the end product of the service is going to increase. Now, what do I want to do? This freaking bubbles. Now, what I want to do.
Hold on, side note. The new Macs have a thing where you you do thumbs up or reactions, and they throw like these little bubbles with like thumbs and happy faces and stuff. And it always happens with Fonzie.
They throw me off. They throw me off so bad. But back to what I want to do. So that is on the service side of things. On the studio, I would love to focus more on finishing or offering. Yeah. Right? Like basic offering specific for just individuals and one for maybe corporate, businesses. Like simplify that we know exactly what we can offer people. And I would love for us to join the Chamber of Commerce, start building some local relationships here in Jacksonville, Florida, that we can leverage into bringing people to the studio, or some other connections for people that are using the studio at the same time. Yeah. And then for Content is Profit, personally, I would like to, and this is a big one, this is a shocker, I would like to split Content is Profit, right? Make Content is Profit specific to strategies, right, or pieces of content that actually, that make profit for somebody.
Yeah.
and break those down with those creators here at Content Profit. So probably a shorter format, way more specific, a little bit of a tangible advice, and keep the stories and the networking for a new show that I would love to have. I'm not going to reveal the name at this point, but that is the big change that I would like to have. Again, doesn't sound like simplifying. So I think that's where my fear comes in, which is, all right, we're going to be doing double the work with 2 podcasts. But I think it's the best move for attracting new listeners for Content is Profit, and at the same time keep doing what we love, which is having these networking conversations and getting to know people.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I'll add to that plate. So obviously, you know, the FONZI is like very, very involved in the production side of it. That's where he shines, right? So my job here has been a little bit more on the bigger picture, on the sales side, the partners that we can bring into the network, into Content is Profit, into the studio, and into our passion projects too. So we got the opportunity. We've been talking to an organization that is allowing us to bring our passion for football or soccer in this country together with our media experience and build something really cool. A property around soccer. So there will be a podcast show. There'll be a podcast or a show, related to soccer coming your first quarter here. We're going to be launching it. And I'm very excited for that because we've been very connected with that world for a long time. That's what brought us here to the state in the first place. And now we get an opportunity to have similar conversations to what we have in Content is Profit, but on the soccer world. And there might be a chance that we will be participating in a tournament in June for $1 million. Can you believe it?
That would be pretty cool.
So we will be documenting that journey. I think that's super cool on that side. But also, obviously, you know what FONZI said on the company side, everything relates, right? Like every connection that we can make around these media properties, whether that's a topic or not, they will all come back to us. A good example is that we had this incredible conversation with this gentleman yesterday where he loves trading cards. I've been into soccer trading cards, and he turns out to be the head of sales for Warren Buffett mortgage company, which is crazy, right? So obviously that would translate into opportunities. So I'm very excited to start, merging our passion for different things around our media experience and go see what the world has to offer for us.
We're going to conquer 2024.
Yes.
We already conquered it. Time is just catching up.
That's right. I'm going to leave a tease here. If you guys want to listen to our specific growth since we launched the show, everything is related. Just let us know. Send us a DM. Maybe we do a breakdown on how we've been able to do that. First year was great. Second year was not that good. And then third and fourth year were both growth years, achieved in a different way, both of them, which is really exciting. But everything has a podcast as a cornerstone to this growth. So if you guys want to hear that specifically, let us know, because what we have time for now is to wish you an incredible end of 2023, an incredible start of 2024. Best wishes. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for being part of our lives, to push us to do better in this show, in our service, and in our businesses, and as people as well. And I hope all the best for you and your family.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in 2024.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.